Is that his revolver, I wonder? Oh, there's a bike in here. Poor Iris. She's clammed up completely. Well, yeah, 10-year-olds probably shouldn't be on the crime scene, but... Iris is bound to find this difficult. After all, Mr. Winneback's life was taken in this very room only last night. Is that the box? Wait! Inspector! Why did he just leave? Mario! What is it now, Sunshine? You took one look at me and tried to run away! You think a Scotland Yard inspector would run away from some jumped-up little defense lawyer, do ya? Well... I've never seen her ladyship looking like that before, is the thing. I didn't know what to say to her. So you weren't running away from me. You were running away from a 10-year-old. I'm afraid this is a little too much for young Iris. Some gentle reassurance might go a long way, perhaps, Inspector. Mario, don't trouble yourself unduly, your ladyship. I mean, at least you're not dead, are you? My dude. Oh my god. Oh my god! I don't think that went very well. My god. Look, I'm in the middle of an investigation here, Sunshine, and I told you not to get under my feet. And we have investigating to do ourselves. Yes. I'd like to hear more of what the socially inept inspector has to say. Oh, Hurley. And inquire into how Mr. Sholmes' operation is going. First things first, examine the place. We got a stool. Look at all these articles that have been deposited. The room is stuffed full of them. I can't believe how many there are. A bicycle, a gramophone, musical instruments, and even some enormous paintings. Look! Pieces of different people's lives, quietly gathering dust in here together. There's something very peaceful about the atmosphere in here. Or at least, there would be, if not for the chalk outline on the floor and the policemen shuffling around. Not much I can do about that, Sunshine. Out of all the articles in the storeroom, this is the only thing that shows any sign of being ransacked. Ah! What is it, Iris? That's the box file that my manuscript was being kept in. Oh! Iris's unpublished story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Surely, that's not what all this... Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it without telling you. We must check inside the box, at once. Yes. Oh, she carries a little backpack. Ah! It was there! Iris' story was there! Really? It was? Well, that's good news, isn't it, Iris? Yes. I mean, of course I believed Hurley when he said he deposited it here. But still, it's a relief to actually see it. Really? Because it's not a very well hidden frown. There's probably something else in there that was taken. A long unpublished story that Mr. Sholmes deposited at the pawnbrokery of the victim, Mr. Winnebags, is entitled The Hound of the Baskerville. Okay. Oh, there's so much stuff in here and I can't even examine it. Alright, fine. The police have marked the position of the body with a chalk line. Poor Mr. Winneback. He was such a nice old man. Well, he was shot just once, through the heart. Most likely, the fellow died instantly. He wouldn't have felt the thing. This must be his blood then.
I don't like to ask at such a wretched time, Iris, but I wonder if perhaps... Don't worry, Susie. I'm ready for action.
It's not green. Alright.
So, now we know the color the chemical turns when it reacts to with Mr. Winneback's blood.
So the blood that was on the calendar is... It can't be Sholmes because we saw it there before he got shot. I hope that's not the artist is being lazy or something, right? So someone else must have drawn blood, presumably.
And it doesn't match our analysis of the blood stain we found in the main shop. No, but let's add this sample to the others we've already collected anyway.
Okay, blood sample portfolio has been updated in the court record. Okay. This is a revolver. A real one.
And quite possibly the murder weapon used to take Mr. Winneback's life. What's the matter, Susie? You and Runo look like you're about to faint. Well, it's just that I've rarely seen a gun in the flesh.
And I've had issues with guns in the past. What happened to your back? But anyway, we saw Mr. Winneback with this yesterday, didn't we? Unless he's talking about yesterday when that man pointed the gun at him, but... I shall have to take my own life! It must be the same gun. And last night, when I looked through the spy hole in the door to the storeroom here, that was the same gun I saw in Gina's hand.
Mr. Winneback told us that he only ever had a single bullet loaded in his revolver, didn't he? Well, it's empty now. The one and only bullet he had in his gun has been fired.
So we can be fairly certain that only a single shot was fired from this revolver. Oh, is that add to our court record? Aren't we done here? Or do we have to talk to him? I talk to the man. Before I do. A long unpublished story that Mr. Sholmes deposited at the pawnbroker of the victim, Mr. Winneback, is titled The Hound of the Baskerville. Wow, this thing is fucking thick. Oh look, it's a little flower. Why do I even have this in my inventory? Oh. The Hound of the Baskervilles. How did Susato-san know the exact title of this unpublished story? I suppose I'll just have to wait until she's ready to explain it to me.
I'm so sorry.
Pah! Pah!
Wee.
Like, what does this being a set of that other picture, like, how does that help us in the slightest? How does this look? Oh, what? Oh, whoa. Oh, I see. I get it. Okay, wow. Takes up a whole screen. I, the undersigned, agreed to representation right. W-R-I-T? Is there anything that I need to note here? Undersigned agreed to legal representative a lawyer named hereunder in regard to the following incident. Gina Lestrade, alleged offense, murderer, Big Street, pawnbroker, blah, 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 10 a.m. Okay. Okay. Let's talk to him. So, Inspector, what do you make of the crime scene here? Sha! You've got eyes, haven't you? Use them! That is what it looks like. Nothing more, nothing less. Iris, could you lend me a hand?
So, Gregsy, what do you make of the crime scene here?
Oh yes, your ladyship. Do allow me to humbly explain. Last night, shortly after the hour of 1 o'clock in the morning, Scotland Yard police attended the scene. The one and only door to the storeroom was found locked from the inside. And so it was locked from the inside.
The lock appears to be broken now, though. Was that the police officer's doing?
Quite right, ma'am. Quite right. We took the liberty of smashing the door in, as humbly as possible.
Oh.
As you can see, the victim was discovered prostrate on the floor. Thus-wise. And next to the aforementioned body, we discovered the vile gutter child.
Are you talking about Ginny? She's my friend, you know, Inspector.
Miss Lestrade, the hapless girl, was curled up on the floor, dead to the world. She's still alive, you know. Yes, when I saw her, she appeared to be unconscious. And I'm afraid to say, she had the gun that was used in her hand.
No!
Presumably, it's the gun that's still down there on the floor now. In our pocket, we found the key to the door as well. What? The key to the storeroom?
And you say the storeroom had been locked from the inside, Inspector?
Correct. All of which leaves her ladyship's friend in something of a sticky situation, I'm afraid. Obviously, my personal opinion is that it's all some sort of misunderstanding. Of course it is, Inspector. Of course it is.
Gregsy, do you know anything about Hurley? Is the operation finished? Is Hurley alright? Is he?
The thing is,
Don't miss your words, Inspector, please. You don't mean to say that Mr. Sholmes is...
No. The operation's done and dusted. It's just that, well...
Out with it!
Yes, ma'am. They use something called a general anesthetic. It's the latest thing. Renders the whole body insensitive. The whole body? Anesthetized? Is that even possible? It means the operation can be completed while the patient is fast asleep.
Goodness, in the Empire of Japan, we can just manage to provide laughing gas for a tooth extraction.
The trouble is, the latest thing isn't always the greatest thing, if you follow my meaning. They couldn't get the medication to work at first, so it took hours for him to nod off, or so I hear. And now that the op's finished, they can't get him to wake up, apparently. Oh my god!
Oh my!
No one knows if the anesthetic is still in the system, or if the bloke's just plain exhausted. But anyway, all they can do is stand back and watch until he comes around again.
Hurley!
The moment he opens his eyes, your ladyship, I swear I shall get the word to you. What a surprise. Even in matters of life and death, Mr. Sholmes has to do things his way. Well, now what? Maybe I'll present something to him? Here's a cab. Inspector Gregson, could you give me your opinion about this, do you think? No, we don't tend to share, Sunshine. Not with the general public. Ugh.
In that case, Gregsy, how about some herbal tea?
Glug 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 glug. Oh damn, I have to watch this every time I present him something that he doesn't need. Ah, lovely! So very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. You don't mind sharing that then? Oh god, do I have to? I don't want to fucking go through all that, but... Is there something that I need to do? Oh wait, this is still... What? Iris?
Don't worry, I'm alright. But we must find the true culprit. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, there. Okay. And there's nothing else, right? I feel like there's something I still need to do. Do I need to like present something to you? Here you go. I'll risk it. Is that what I think it is? Your ladyship's latest? No, I don't think that was his voice.
Yes, my latest story. It's called The Hound of the Baskervilles.
Mario, a most fascinating title, your ladyship. Fascinating. And I don't suppose. Would there be any mention of my humble self in the tale this time?
Good question. I can't really remember.
I see. Well, why would you, your ladyship? I'll just await this publication with eager anticipation. You needn't worry, Inspector. I'm sure if you do appear, you won't be doing anything particularly remarkable. You're looking to be arrested, Sunshine? I didn't mean like that. And even if I did, you wouldn't have bitten her ladyship's head off, would you? Okay. At least I gave you something different. Do I need to submit this to you? No, I don't want to. Okay, cool. Drink your tea. Okay. Drink it faster. Okay. All right, I guess I'm done with you. Bye. Unless, here you go. Nope. Oh wait, here, yes. Inspector, what do you make of this? Ah, what have we here then? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever paper was to hand. Yes, this is a ticket for McGilden's overcoat, the one that little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do you? No, I didn't mean to.
You know, right, Gregsy. It isn't the same ticket.
Oh, of course it isn't. Oh, I never doubted you, your ladyship. So, what's all this about then, if I might be so bold to ask?
This is a second ticket.
A second one? It seems that Mr. McGilden, in fact, had another article in storage here at Windibanks. Is that right?
I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. Okay, there we go. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilden's overcoat. Hey, you mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. I should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly.
Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGilden deposited another article here with Mr. Windibank.
Yes, I can see it right in here. A small box, was it?
Do you have any idea where it is, Gregsy? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilden. It could be an important clue.
Well, I suppose it could be. Please, stop looking at me, those big turquoise eyes, all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose me marbles, I will. I'll go barking. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough sauce from you, Sunshine. There is one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it? Oh, so it should be outside somewhere then.
Oh yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here then.
That's right. It's been forfeited.
Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop, where the forfeited items are offered for sale.
Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. You're wasting your time. There are dozens of little boxes out there. Hundreds even. We can't possibly know which one might have been McGilden's. That information is not written in the ledger. Ugh.
Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case.
Of course, your ladyship, of course! Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. It is. Alright, I'm gonna go leave then. Bye! We're going to the front. Now look for a box that stands out. Or maybe they'll be able to figure it out. Is it the box underneath the chair? Nope. Oh, is it this box here? This round one? It stands out.
Yes, this is where all the items that have been forfeited by their original owners are offered for sale. That's right. They've all got little price labels on them. But there are so many.
I wonder if the small box this ticket was for is still on the shelf somewhere. The box that McGilden deposited here just over 2 months ago.
Even if it were, finding it promises to be very troublesome. What
are the what? What's the sentence?
Even if it were, finding it promises to be very troublesome indeed. There are so many boxes. It could be any one of them.
Mr. Sholmes said that a pawnbroker's was the safest place to store anything, more secure than a bank's vault. So perhaps the small box of Mr. McGilden's contains something of very great value.
Well, if that's the case, he'd probably have kept it locked.
So then, we need to find every box with a lock and break them all open.
Hiya! I didn't even do anything! That sort of misconduct would get you arrested. I won't let that happen.
Ah, this takes me back. It's been some time since Sato's last threw me. Oh yeah, the last time she threw us was during Soseki's thing, I think? Oh, are we not? Eh? I thought we were going to. Eh? 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 What do you want me to do then? Are we looking for a box somewhere else then? Ade? What do you want me to do then? Do I talk to somebody? No? Ade? Ade? They didn't tell me what to do. Is there anything that I need to click on? I thought for sure it would be this box here. It stood out. Eh? Hey, there's something new here. What? What's this? Green blood. It just seems wrong somehow. Oh, okay.
Oh, there's all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Like I said, everyone's blood is different.
I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. What do you want me to do? Should I step outside? Would stepping outside tell me something? Oh, there's a horse carriage out here. It's just on the sidewalk, apparently. That horse looks so lifeless. There's still a Scotland Yard carriage outside Windibanks.
I never imagined we'd be investigating a case so close to home.
Poor Iris. She's very upset by all this. I'm sorry. I was there. I should have done more.
No, none of this is your fault, Runo. So please, don't apologize.
But
It's the criminals who are to blame for all this. So let's investigate and work out how to catch them.
Yes, you're right. I mean... Okay, so nothing outside. I don't imagine I need to investigate the home. What do you want me to do? Should I leave? Should I go see if... Should I go see if he's in his bed? Nope. Nope, nothing here. Okay. Where do you want me to go? Nope. Okay. Just gonna walk around until I figure out where to go! Back in the storeroom! No! What? Ade? Ade? What am I stuck on? What am I confused by? Why would I go back here? No thank you. Prison? I don't think so. Oh! Is this gonna tell me that she's out for questioning or something? Gina doesn't appear to be in here. Yeah, okay.
I believe she must be in questioning at the moment. Oh, but wait a minute.
What is it? What is it, Iris? Oh my gosh, she has little trinkets on her backpack. Wait, hold up. Oh, it's got like one of them has the little the outfit that Sherlock wears, and then like a little mouse that has like flowers on the ears. I think even if I zoomed in on the video, I don't know if it will show the details of it. It's very cute looking.
Well, if you examine the scene here carefully, there's another possibility, isn't there? Ginny could have slipped the key from the jailer when he wasn't looking and escaped. Oh my!
What? Why would you do something like that? It would only make her situation worse.
Calm down, Runo. I was only joking, of course.
Oh. You had me worried there. I thought it was a great deduction.
Yes, it must be your way with words, Iris. You're so wonderfully persuasive. Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight of your words carry. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I suppose a light-hearted great detective is a contradiction in terms.
Well, in the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Sholmes would have just thrown his head back and guffawed.
I'm not entirely sure that's helpful, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, anyway, it looks like we won't be able to talk to Gina for a while. We should try to make progress with our investigation in the meantime. Shit.
Yes, come along then, Runo. Come along, Susie.
It's fine. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. Let's go back to our office. Nothing. Great. It must be at the shop then. I just don't know what the fuck do you want from me. Didn't I examine everything? Nothing to fucking view. Do I... Everything is checked off. Ade! What do you want me to click on? What do you want me to do? Ow. I'm like so confused. Where have I not been? I've been everywhere already. How do I advance the fucking story? I thought we were supposed to be looking for like a box or something, and now you're telling me like there's nothing to look at. I'm so fucking confused. Don't make me fucking look up the answer. I can't believe how stumped I am. What am I supposed to fucking do? How can I be this stumped? I'm so confuzzled. I don't want to look it up. I can't believe it. I went through this game so fucking perfectly fine without having to look up a goddamn answer. How can I be this stumped? Fine. I'm gonna look it up. Alright, I fucking figured it out. I had to investigate the goddamn postcard on the back with the blood on it.
Miss Naruhodo, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here.
I have noticed. I noticed, but I didn't think to look at it, apparently.
The red smear, you mean?
Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wonder if Susato-san had picked up on that. Well, in that case.
Yes, we need Iris.
We should show this to her before we forget. Fuck. God damn it. Okay. Ay, vey. I knew the blood was there. It didn't occur to me to like just like bring it up. Fuck my life. Alright. Oh, sorry. I have to present that to her. Okay. Mobby, here you go.
Oh, that looks like blood.
I would say it's from a gloved finger. Almost certainly a glove made from leather.
Well, don't worry, you know. You can leave the rest to me.
Is it gonna be green? No, it's purple. So there's 3 different bloods now that we've come across. Look at that.
Yes, that's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be an important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point.
Well, this particular stain of blood.
Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is?
Purple? Whose blood have we seen so far? Purple. It's the card for the code. I don't... No idea. I won't be honest here. How could I? We don't have a known sample of the same color. Without that, it's impossible to know.
Oh, how very vexing. I wonder.
What?
Well, it's true that the color doesn't help us. But what about considering how the mark came to be there in the first place? You might have an idea about that. Mightn't you, Runa?
Not if you keep staring at me like that, no.
Let's try that again, shall we?
I guess she didn't want to take no for an answer. Particular stain of blood.
Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood that is?
Mr. Windibanks? Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but with a little deduction. Deduction?
That's right. I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well.
I have no idea.
You first, Runo. Who do you think it belongs to?
It's on the card. Is it...
You think somehow it could be Mr. Windibank's blood?
Well, he would have been the last person to have handled the ticket. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one.
But Mr. Windibank had no injuries before he was shot, that is. We're trying to work out who the blood came from, so we can rule out anyone who hadn't been bleeding straight away.
Okay, I know. I had forgot about the I'm sorry, I'm skipping through all this. I don't think it matters, but I know who it is. It's the dancing man. You know, that dancing man who was... So not the dancing man, I guess. Is it Gina?
Oh my! You think this is Gina's blood?
Yes, it was Gina who brought the ticket here to win the bags after all. Sometimes the simplest answer is the right one.
But Gina doesn't own any gloves.
Oh.
What? And Gina wasn't injured either.
Fuck! I thought they were gonna talk about the part where she was fucking, her hands were all covered in blood or something. What? Who is it? I thought it was the fucking dancing man. I thought it was the fucking dancing man who would cut his arm or cut his hand or something on the disc. So it's not him? Fuck! I have to think this through some more. Gloves? Mason? I guess it must be Mason. He was bleeding, I guess. Trice fired Mason. What? But... Okay.
You don't sound very sure of yourself the way you trailed off there.
Yeah, because I wasn't. That was just a guess. Well, it was 2 months ago now, that case. And of course, I never met the victim. So I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely Trice fired, though.
The victim of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Trice fired Mason. But that would mean that this bloodstain was left on the ticket 2 months ago.
Yes, I think it was. Gina brought this ticket here to win the banks yesterday. I'm suggesting that the bloodstain was already on it at the time.
So it's smear blood from the time that Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago.
Oh, I guess if it's the fact that it's his blood and then someone touched him and the glove, the bloodied glove touched the card, then that would technically still be his blood. It's not that it's his hand, it's his blood. Okay, I get it. I understand now.
Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilted was also wearing leather gloves that night.
Ahoy, Detorter. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached down to give the man a hand. I forgot, whatever. It certainly does look like a leather glove thumbprint, this mark. But we know that Mr. McGildet had no injuries at the time, anywhere on his body. From which we can conclude that any blood on the glove belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason.
Mr. Naruhodo, you sound just like Mr. Sholmes.
Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope.
Yes, I think you're right, Runo. Very well, let's make a note of this.
We have fucking 3 different bloods on in our portfolio. Okay. Now it's just a question of who the green one is. God dang. Oh fucking hell, Jesus. I thought we were getting attacked by the clocks.
Ah! I nearly jumped out of my skin there. How could Mr. Winneback set such a wicked trap?
I doubt he set out to scare anyone.
Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit soon.
Oh?
Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not you will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Don't you remember, Runo? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer.
Really? Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Why are we forgetful now?
The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching.
In that case, we had better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. Okay. Now we can go to the fucking prison.